Let us work with sets. Now, a set, remember, will be unordered and unindexed. So if we say that this set is equal to, remember now we will have to use curly brackets to denote a set. And if you write A, B, and C, and you print this set, the problem is that the result, one second. Okay, there's a misspelling. The result comes as A, C, and B. Now, you might wonder why is this happening? But because the set is unordered, we cannot be sure in which order the items will appear, right? Because they have no index inside. So what do you do here? We can loop through the items using a for loop. For example, I can write this set is equal to ABC, and then we say that for X in this set, we want to print X. And now you notice the order comes as A, C, and B. But even now you notice the order is not the same order as earlier, which is okay with us. If you want to find if an item exists or not, then you can write print and we say C in this set, and it will confirm that yes, the value does exist in the set. Now remember, once a set is created, you cannot change the items, but you can add new items. For example, if you want to add an item, we simply say this set dot add, that's the method, and we can add a D, and then when we print this, we get the result as DACB. If you want to add multiple items, for example, if you wanted to add a D and an E and an F, then we can use this set dot update, and now we can give three items. So we can write D and then E and finally F, and the result would be all the six items. To find the length is again very simple. We can write print length of this set and you get 6 as the length. If you want to remove an item, you can use this set dot remove, and then you specify the item that you want to remove. So if you want to remove B and we print this set, the result comes as A and C. Now do remember that if you try to remove something that doesn't exist, then you will get an error, obviously, because the item doesn't exist. There is an alternative to using delete, to using remove. We can use discard. So you notice the same result as earlier, and if I try to discard D, it doesn't give me an error, it just shows me the same values again. So I would always prefer using a discard over remove because it will not raise an error. Like I had shown you earlier, you can even use the pop method to remove the last item or items. So if you say that X is equal to this set dot pop, and if we print X, it gives us A. Let me check this once. Okay, let me print this set as well, and it gives us C and B. And if we say print X, which means that we are only removing the last item. Again, I hope the problem is clear. Because a set is unordered, I just mentioned it, because a set is unordered, we will not know which item gets removed. Now I know you might find it very peculiar and you might think, but then what's the point? There are a lot of cases where you have a very large data set with you. You might want to reduce the number of items without considering which item you want to remove. If you want to clear a set, you can write the clear method, which will be this set dot clear. And when you print this, you notice that the result will be blank, which means that there are no values that have remained. If you want to remove something completely, you can write delete del, and now you will get an error because the variable name this set doesn't even exist anymore. To join two sets is also very simple. We can write, so let me just make this set 1 and this can become set 2, and this is equal to D and E. We can simply say that set 3 is equal to set 1 plus set 2, and when we print set 3 we will not get the result. Just a second. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not supposed to join two sets in this way. Here you will have to use a union. I'll have to say set 1 dot union, and I want to make a union with set number 2, and the result will come like this. So please remember this, it doesn't work like a list and tuple. Here you will have to use a union method. Another way to do this would be to simply write set1 dot update and then update it with set number 2, and when you print set number 1 you notice that now set number 1 will have all the 5 values in it. So there are different methods available. We have add, clear, copy, difference update, discard, intersection, intersection update, is disjoint, is subset, is superset, pop, remove, symmetric difference update, union, and we have update. You can just Google it and you will find all these inbuilt methods that are available. Let's also look at dictionaries. All right. Now, dictionaries are a collection which are unordered, they are changeable, and they are indexed. Now, here they would be written with curly brackets, but they will have keys and values, right? So I just write it. You will have keys and values. For example, if I want to create a dictionary, we will write a curly bracket, and notice carefully. We can say that the brand is equal to Ford, put a comma, and then we say that the model is, one second, you have to be very careful with all the characters. So the model is equal to, let's say, the Mustang, and finally we say that the year is any year, let's say 1950. And because we have opened the curly brace, we also have to close it, and when we print the dictionary, the result will come as the brand, which means that the key is brand and the value is Ford, the key is model, the value is Mustang, the key is year, and the value is 1950. So let's take an example. If I now say that X is equal to this dictionary, and we only want to look at one particular value, I will have to put the key. So if we want to see the year, I can write the year, and let me also print X, and the result will be 1950. So which means that if you want to access the item of a dictionary, you will have to refer to it by the key. Another way to do this would be to write, to use the get method. This would be dot get, and then in parentheses you can write the year, and if I print Y, the result will be the same as earlier. Now you can change the value of a specific item by referring to the key name. For example, let's say we have a dictionary with us. We can say this dictionary, and we say that the year is not 1950, let's say it's 1960. And now when you print the dictionary, the result will come with 1960. You can even loop through all the values. So let me copy this, and we can say for X in this dictionary, we want to print X, and the result would be, one second. Okay, we forgot the colon. It will be brand, model, and the year. If you want to see the values, then you will have to write for X in this dictionary, but then you will have to say print this dictionary, and then X will come inside square brackets. And this time the result will be not the keys, but the value inside. Of course, there are different ways of doing this. Like I could have also written this. We can write for X in this dictionary dot values, and this will also return all the values for us. And if you want to see the keys and the values, which means both of them, in that case you can write for X comma Y in this dictionary dot items, not values. And now the result will be both the key and the value. If you want to check if something exists, we can write if, let's say, the model key exists, which would be in this dictionary, then the result will be, let's just say, yes. As you can see, the result does come as a yes. We can also use the length function. So print the length of this dictionary, and this will come as 3, which are the number of keys and values. If you want to add an item, we can say this dictionary, and then let's say we want to add a key called the color, and the value would be, let's say, blue. And when you print this dictionary, the result will have 4 keys and 4 corresponding values now. To remove an item, we can simply say this dictionary dot pop, and then you have to specify the key that you want to remove. For example, if I want to remove model, we can say model, and then the print will give us the brand and the year, not the model. You can also use delete here. So we can write del this dictionary, and we can specify the model in square brackets, and then when we print this dictionary, right, we will have the same result as the pop method. Now do remember that if you simply say delete this dictionary like this, and you're not specified a particular key, then the entire dictionary will be removed. For example, once I've run this and I try to print this dictionary, you will notice that it gives an error because this entire dictionary has been removed. So please be very careful when you're using delete. Like I have told you earlier, with lists and tuples, you can use the clear method in case you want to clear all the values. So you can write this dictionary dot clear, and this means that the dictionary remains, but all the keys and values have been removed. Now, copying is also a bit of a problem because you can't just copy a dictionary by saying dictionary 2 is equal to dictionary 1, right? Because that will only be a reference. Now, there are many ways to make a copy, and one way is to use the inbuilt dictionary method. For example, we can simply say that my dictionary is equal to this dictionary dot copy. And when we print my dictionary, you will notice that we get the same result as earlier. Another way to do this would be to use a method like this. We can say my dictionary is equal to dict, dict, and then this dictionary, which is the name that we had given. And when we print my dictionary, we will get the same result. Now remember, a dictionary can even have other dictionaries, which is called a nested dictionary. For example, if you say my family, we can say that the child 1, and then within this we will write the name, and let's say the name is, I'm just putting a One second, let me add a colon, and we say the name is Emil, or let's say Emily, put a comma, and the second key will be the year born, which let's say is 2014. So now if you notice, I want to exit this. So we put a comma, and then we will have the second one. So we say that child 2, and in this we can write the same thing as earlier. So we have the same keys as earlier. So I'm going to write the name is, let's say, Gregson, and it is 2019. Once you have done this, we can print my family, and the result will come as this. So you notice that it is a nested dictionary now. Child 1 has the key name and year, which is Emily and 14, and child 2 has the same keys name and year, which is Gregson and 2019. So there are different dictionary methods available. We have clear, copy, from keys, get, items keys, pop item, set default, update, and values. So we have covered list, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. In the next lecture, we will work with the if-else statement.